What is up, my people? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. It is that time of the week. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Singles of the Week. This is a segment where I like to break down some of the newest tracks that have dropped this past weekend. I'm going to give you my thoughts and I'm going to give you an official rating on each of these tracks. Do not forget to check them out for yourselves. They are all linked in the description down below. Now let's get right into these new singles. Alright, we're going to start off with this new BLACKPINK track. It is called The Girls. It's BLACKPINK The Game OST. So I'm not really sure what that's referring to, if that's a new project coming from the BLACKPINK or something like that. But you know what? With this track in particular, I am digging what the girls are aiming for. I feel like this is a very powerful, dominant hip-hop, K-pop cut. The chorus just isn't really as fulfilling as I think it should be. Just because the vocal leads, they aren't really enough to really feel like that big or rewarding. They really do take up the entire bulk, especially the main focus on the entire mix. Everything is kind of low compared to the vocals. I personally still found some interest in here though. I could see the peak, so it's a yellow. Alright, but how about this new song from Pluma and SOTW called Ojos, Azules? These guys really brought a lot of life to this track. I will give them that for sure. There's definitely some great chemistry going on right here. But some mellow vibes with this reggaeton mix right here, getting along all the way. That overall comes out pretty pleasant to my ear. And you know what? I like this song. It's really good. And then Polaris has got another single out for us this week. This one's called Overflow. The band giving Jake Steisenhauer most of the vocals. This time he's the clean vocalist on here that mostly gives just some of the melodic work on here. Not much of the screaming. Sounding a lot like I Prevail, that type of metalcore for sure. There's got to be moments as a metal fan that for sure please, but nothing really provoking anything new or bold to my taste. Overall, it's okay. And then Rauw Alejandro is out with the track Hayami. Hana, homie is just really in his feels over this breakup with Rosalia. It's honestly pretty sad. It really is sad seeing him like this. Like, it must have been a pretty ugly breakup for him to come out with a track like this, because it's just rough. Musically, I can't really say I'm loving this that much. It's not exactly syncing up with the empathy that Rauw is really putting on the table. I mostly just feel like it's just him taking and owning up to his mistakes and kind of just like saying stuff to her directly. And he's like saying in the vocals, in the lyrics, excuse me, that he's kind of saying this because he doesn't know if he's ever gonna get the opportunity to say this to her face. So I don't know. It's a little bit, I don't know. It's kind of endearing, but yeah, sonically as a song, I'm not really that into it. And then Asking Alexandria is out with the track Let Go. Still working with that similar rock niche that they did on the previous LP with some melodrama and some electronic influences, but I just feel like it's just so lazy. It's a very lazy, poorly written track. That's what it just sounds like, super uniform to the other tracks on that record, so I'm not a fan. Alright, then how about Disco Lines coming out with a track with Ayuan on the track I Got You. I've been playing a lot of Disco Lines lately. I've really been liking a good chunk of his material. Really dope lo-fi house pop artist, I guess you could say. A little in his little futuristic side for this song in particular. Still playing around with the same ambience, especially on the vocal side of things. You know, it's no Restless Bones, that's for sure, but overall, it's fine. Oh, how about this one from Mensa? This one is called Blue Eyes. Like, yo, like Vic is really going through his metamorphosis and he is evolving. I fucking love this track. It's talking about how society has really demonized the black genetic and just simply just affected most people's own view on themselves, making them hate themselves. And I think it's a very, very important topic of discussion. It's such a beautiful orchestrated piece alone that hits so close to home. This is just such a wonderful showcase of a topic that is just absolutely so significant and important. Black is beautiful, you are beautiful, and you should be happy with yourself. You should be okay with your progress, and you should not hate things that you just can't change about yourself. And I think this song did very well at talking about that. Really, really good. And then we got Omar Apollo coming out with I Slippin. First of all, I love the artwork putting on this. It looks super, super dope. There's some really nice color palettes with the track in here that matches that same album art. It really does resonate with the drum textures and this hip-hop and R&B swing. Very subtle, it's very mellow, it's soothing, and overall satisfying. I thought this was a really good song. Alright, and then yeah, we got City Girls coming out with this, and they've been on a downfall because I thought this was yet another flop. I felt like it is very forgettable. It's them doing their thing back and forth type of thing. It's just kind of just, they're hitting a brick wall. It's so obvious. And then Spelling is out with the track Always. Very, very beautiful song piece. Very marvelous vocals on here. Delicate piano playing on here as well. It's such a great blend of traditional pop with a beautiful aura of soul just surrounding and encompassing this entire thing. It's just one of those tracks, man, that just really just hits hard, but it has just like small things in here, like very, very small things that hit very big, and it's a blossom of a song. All right, and then Youngsta and Bladee came out with a track called Bullets, and I really thought this was pretty sick. It's such an interesting blend of soft techno pop. That's kind of where I really get it from. I really do get those techno vibes from here, but simply it could really just be put out as an electro pop track. I mean, that could just be me being very annoying, not too sure, but yeah, I thought this is pretty cool. I am really going with this all the way. I like this song, it's dope. And then Earl Sweatshirt is out with the track with the Alchemist, and this one is called Sentry, and it is featuring Mike. Really good old little spoken word and abstract with these gentlemen right here. Right, really try to reach very, very deep lyric wise, especially with their themes that they're aiming with. Some really, really good music coming out from Earl. This is like hitting in some of that classic shit. Now you're teaming up with the Alchemist. Can we get a tape? We'll see. Alright, then Blac Youngsta is out with the track Mosh Pit. And, you know, I'm gonna be honest, this one's a little bit corny for me. It reminds me a lot of that awkward moment when rappers try to open a mosh pit during their live shows and nobody opens the mosh pit. It's awkward. I don't like this. Alright, and then the band Sprain. This is a new one for me. I haven't really been playing too much of Sprain. I kind of discovered them earlier this year. They're like this like very ruthless noise punk group, and with this track called We Think So Ill of You. This is just some very wonky noise punk right here. They really figured out how to put together like this ruthless aggression aspect of the genre, but also build an avant type of theme to it that really just has you in the back of your seat deeper and harder thinking about what you're hearing, what you're listening to. I don't know. It's just a bum wild track. It's really hard to explain, but I think it's kick ass, dude. It's dope. Alright, and then we got punk band Citizen coming on with a track. This one's called Hypertrophy. They are making some pivots like they did on their last record. You're still gonna get some of that similar pop punk feel to it. Like, it's still pop punk with a little bit more of a punk rock focus, alternative focus that's really affiliated with this song. Because sonically, I am not exactly finding a new taste that sounds just kind of just is something I'm craving for, but I like the direction, so we could see where it goes. And then the Killers came out with this track, Your Side of Town. They're really going deep into these 80s with the electronic game right here, but I just do not care for what they're doing with the vocal processing on here. It is just too much. It is way too much. It's very annoying. It's very sloppy, very generic, and just boring. I get that it's the focus with this robotics, but it's just too much. Like, I get you're going with the futuristic feel too, but it's so annoying. I don't like this. And then Selena Gomez is out with the track Soon. You know, I honestly expected a lot more bite from this Selena Gomez track. I really did. The writing is honestly just very poor, very plain, very tasteless. I wanted a lot more from this, and I didn't feel like this had enough to really make it feel like it was very bold and profound for a Selena Gomez song. It just felt very flat to me. I kind of wanted to critique the singing a little bit too, because it is a little bit choppy at moments. I feel like it doesn't really flow as it should. Like, the melodics don't really feel as connected and cohesive. But I don't know, when these qualities, when they make up with all together, they sound like they make a horrible track. It's not bad, but it's not good. Alright, and then a track that I decided to react to is gonna start with Miley Cyrus's Used to Be Young. Be sure to go check out that video at the very end of this one so you can see my full thoughts on the track right here. I'm gonna give it the official rating. I think it's a fire. It deserves it. And then we are gonna crown the best track of the week to Spiritbox's Jaded. Guys, I had made a last minute reaction to this track. You're gonna wanna go see that reaction to get my full thoughts about the track, but this is the best track of the week. And that is it for this week's Singles of the Week, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, go and like, share, and comment down below of what you thought of these tracks. Do not forget to check them out for yourselves. They are all linked down in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'm going to catch you in the next one. Deuces.